Aloha and welcome everyone to the Local My Life. Here we are. It's a Tuesday. It is a little, and I'm hoping the dogs aren't going to start barking, but I don't expect that to last long. And there is a case that has actually been going on for a few days now, but it's kind of taking a really bad turn right now. New information has been coming out as family members have been able to go into the phone of one of the missing, the girl in the two. You guys can actually see a picture of them right up there. And what started off as a runaway situation, you know, one of those quote unquote runaway situations between a 15-year-old and a 19-year-old. I know there's a lot of potential issues going on that on the side. I'm trying to keep this very much to the facts today. But as time has gone on, that changed. It's looking like as Janessa's parents started going through her phone, they started realizing that there is a potential murder-suicide pact involved in this. Now, that is extremely scary for them. I do have copies of the text messages, and we will go through those on this. However, right now, what is really worrying me is the fact that what is being said between these two. Okay, I think there's possibilities that they are still out roaming around. And as I go further into the story, I think you'll kind of see where I'm coming from on some of this. There was some money that was stolen leading up to this, things like that, that are showing that it's not just, it looks like if that is part of it, that's more of an end result and have fun first type thing, possibly. I don't know. But what we need to do is get the word out as quickly as possible. And if anyone who is out there happens to be in any area, basically from Utah all the way through California into Las Vegas, so Nevada, we need to be keeping an eye out for these two. And so on that, let me do a quick say hi to a bunch of you guys who are popping in as YouTube sends out the notifications. Yes, Grandma Sherry, we have Happy Pie Day. For some people, that means chocolate cream pie. Other people, like me, the nerds in the group, it means 3.14. Don't ask me to go further than that, other than I could cheat, actually, and just look at what Grandma Cherry wrote here. 3.141592. So, okay, I'm going to stop there. Happy Pie Day, gang. Grandma Sherry, so thank you, my dear, and thanks for popping in. And La Princesa, hello, 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 my dear. And Michelle, thank you, Michelle, for coming. I know a lot of us were looking for a fun live that we could go participate in. This one is worrying me heavily. All of them worry me. You guys are used to me saying that. This one was enough that it was like, we need to get as many of us covering this as possible. Okay, as many people as possible to cover this and share her picture out. And a lot of you guys were getting into the nighttime hours for those on the West Coast. This is in your neck of the woods. Okay, yes, Cassie, you can have that. And also, let's see, who else is here? We got our dear BC. Hello, 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 my dear BC. How you? And KK, I hope you're doing good, my dear. I saw your message when this stuff started popping. I'm going to send you a message later, my dear, by the way. Let's see, who else we got here? Burden. Hello, Burden. Hello, hello, my dear. Excuse me. Thank you for popping in, Excuse Mouth. Thank you so much. And Frazzled Mama 3. Any mom is frazzled. You throw, okay, I got 3 pups. That makes me frazzled, and they're not even human. So I can get you for sure, girl. So, okay, let's do this. I have an article up too that just came out about an hour ago. Most of the stuff I already have in my notes here. I got couple pages of notes here that I wanted to go through. Amy, how you doing, my dear Amy? And Sleuth Mom. Hey, Sleuth Mom. How are both of you guys? Love you, Amy. And let's pull this up and let's start sharing this. Guys, the more people we can share this out with, the better. And I'm going to approach this a little differently, guys. Okay. than a lot of people are right now. After reading, there is a Facebook group out there right now, and it's for anyone who has clues, if they may have seen these two anywhere, things like that, posting it there. Now, first of all, before we go any further, I want to say, if anyone who happens to see this video or read anything about it happens to come across these two, do not try to stop them on your own. That's one of the big requests coming out of this, is don't try to stop them. Call 911. Call the phone number on the poster, but do not try to stop them yourself. Okay, there are multiple things going. Take a picture. If you're at been a lot of different people sightings, a lot of sightings so far. Take a picture of them, go to the Facebook, say call 911, post it to Facebook, whatever you can do on that level. Because yes, a lot of people do look alike on one level, but also with these two and the frame of mind they may be in right now, letting 911 handle it's going to be our best bet at this point. So we're dealing with a 19-year-old and a 15-year-old. So we've got a couple things going on. Oh yes, Sleuth is doing our Sleuth is doing reverse psychology here. Don't hit the that works. And the two of them, Andrew Schutt is a 19-year-old. Okay, and Janessa Boney is 15 years old. Now, both sets of parents are very active in this case right now. This is not just a one-sided thing right now. At first, it was heavily, I think because of the way it was being set up, probably his side of the family was kind of working behind the scenes a lot more. But it's been pointed out directly on the Facebook group that both sets of parents are extremely concerned. This is impacting both sets of parents, and they're all really trying to find these two. And anyone can anyone who's a parent can put yourself in the shoes of these people. It's got to be hard right now. Georgia Peach, hello, Georgia Peach. How you doing, my dear? So just to go through what you're seeing up here on the poster, and the posters are out everywhere except for my community tab, and those I will fix as soon as I'm done with this, but otherwise they are on Facebook and Discord. These two, as I mentioned, started off as a runaway situation. Okay, it all started on the 3rd. It was a Friday night, not last Friday, but a Friday before that. And sometime between around 3:30 is what they're thinking. Janessa left her aunt's house. All she had on her was actually her backpack. She did not have her cell phone. I know that's one of the first questions everyone asks is, did she have her cell phone on her? No, she did not have her cell phone. He, on the other hand, did have his cell phone at the time. She had her backpack with her, had some clothes, things like that. Princess, my hand's doing good tomorrow. Hopefully I get the stitches out and we'll find out whether or not I actually do have tendon damage or if it's just nerve damage. I can't feel my finger at all. My finger is totally numb, but it'll work. It'll work over time, day by day, and it heals. 1 millimeter day, I'm being told, for nerves to heal. So it takes a while, but it's doing it. So I'm going to move us on to the picture. Before I do go to the next picture set, I wanted to point out here. Sorry, my dog is being very, oh, wait, I got chewies. This works. Thank you, Princess. Thank you so much. When they went missing, there's a couple things, and we'll go into it in more detail, but Andrew, the 19-year-old, does have is out on bond right now. He has a charge currently for taking police on a chase, and he does have a court date for March 23rd. So he does not have a license right now to be driving. They are driving a vehicle sort of like what you're looking at in this picture here. There are some things with that vehicle that make it specific to that picture right there. Oh, yes, I need Cheetos badly, Sleuth. I badly need Cheetos. And so with the thing, there's certain, when the windows won't come down, one of the lights is taped on. There's a poster, there's a sticker on the side. Okay, so there's quite a few things that are there. But yes, there is he took police on a chase, so that on its own is not good to begin with. What I suspect started off as two teenagers who were talking about, and yes, I know he's 19. He might as well be an adult, should come in pretty dang close, but he's still a teenager. And what starts happening, and I am going to give people trigger warning on this because we deal with mental health here too. We are going to be talking about unaliving during this. We are going to, so please take care of yourself. Okay, please call 988 if you need to talk to someone. Okay, but please take care of yourself. Girl have her driver's license. I have not heard. She's 15 years old, so I'm suspecting possibly not. I know in Hawaii, that's putting you right on the edge for a license. I have not heard anything about a license. But I wanted to make sure people could see that there was that vehicle right there to keep an eye out for. Now, let's take us to this picture. So I've been trying to get as many different pictures of them as possible because, as you guys know, everyone looks different in different times. I can guarantee you she may not have any makeup on right now. And she is an absolutely gorgeous young woman there. I mean, look at these pictures you're looking at. She's absolutely gorgeous. And, but I love her family showing as many pictures from different angles, hair done, hair not done, okay, makeup on, makeup off, things like that, so we can see them from different points of view. That way, if they're seen at a IHOP in the morning with no makeup and hair not done and everything, people will recognize what to look for. So please take a look at these pictures here. There are so many different looks here with these two. Okay, and we don't know if there's been any haircuts or coloring or things like that. Now, going back through the story, the one other thing before I do forget to mention this is one of the reasons why they've shared some of these pictures is to show the height difference. Because if the two are together, it might help to recognize height difference. So while we do have the poster, it's good to know that without her heels on, she comes to his shoulder. Okay, so you can look at certain pictures like the one on the top there. Okay, she's definitely taller there, but she was also wearing heels at that time. You can see another picture. Okay, so you can kind of see stuff if you start looking at it that way. And so, how did this come together? As I mentioned on Friday, okay, March 3rd, around 3:30 a.m., it's expected she left her aunt's house with a backpack, no cell phone, nothing like that. He and her met up at some point. He did have a phone. The last phone ping that was connected was near Hurricane, Utah, around 6:30 or 7 p.m. on the 3rd. So again, same day, but hours later. So guys, as we go further on with this, hello, Queen Bella, welcome, welcome, my dear. As we go further on in this and we start getting into the text messages in a few minutes and all that, I want to kind of go through this portion first because honestly, some of what I'm hearing as other facts make me wonder if they are out to, I don't want to use the word sightsee, but go visit places, go to Vegas, go to do this, go to do that, whatever. You guys know me. I always hold on to hope, and I will always hold on to hope. And as long as there's that possibility right now, they've not been found, there is that hope. So Southern Utah, I believe. Plain City is in the north. Perfect excuse, Mal. Thank you so much for that, because that does help. It's showing how they're working their way. Okay, they're starting to, and there have been quite a few sightings in the Utah area, California area. There's been a lot of different sightings, and people are trying to kind of see what's going on. Of course, when they are driving towards Arizona, maybe they are headed towards Mexico. Very possible. Okay, the text messages are looking like a murder-suicide pact, but certain things aren't matching that. One of the things being he is suspected of stealing a large amount of money from his family before leaving. Okay, now, guys, this is where I'm kind of thinking right now is if you are thinking about, I'm done, all that, are you going to take that amount of money where you can be driving? Are you going to be gone for, okay, from 3:30 a.m. till around 6:30 or 7 p.m. when the last ping was done, connected? Okay, there's there's that thing that they're traveling. Many other people are positive they've seen them. I've seen so many comments from people saying, I'm positive I'm seeing them in these places. So it's just getting that connected at the right time. And also, I am going to say this, guys. If by any chance Janessa or Andrew see this video, please, please call your family. Call your family. I know it's when you got all this stuff going on and everything, you're just thinking in certain directions. And but they love you. Right now, both of your families are trying to find you because they can't picture life without you. So please call them. Please call them if you happen to be watching this at any time. So last ping happened 6:30 to 7 p.m. He has not logged into social media since. So that was the last time the phone was utilized at that point. Now, why? Who knows? It could be like, oh, wait, they can track us. I just realized that. Let's get rid of the phone. Yeah, could be any of those things. The other thing is he used a debit card at a Subway in Fillmore. That was the last time that they were able to track on a credit card. Okay, a debit card. So a lot of different things that could be happening here. And, we're going to keep that hope. We're going to get the pictures out. We're going to share everything that we can at this point. Now, part of the issue, burner phones are so easy to exactly sleuth. Okay, we are dealing in a world where basically you run down to your nearest 7-Eleven and you can buy yourself a burner phone and you're set up. If any of their friends, I know the families are begging friends, if they call any of their friends, please, even if you have to do it anonymously, call 911. Call and put in something. Okay, it makes such a difference in the world to so many people. Okay. Amy, there's not a lot out as to what happened. They were boyfriend, girlfriend. I think they were allowed to date. I think from what I'm reading, and actually this is kind of going into where I'm going to start pulling up the texts and all in a second. What started happening, and actually I'll pull it. A burner phone is like a track phone. Yes, exactly. And actually this is a good time to kind of switch over to the press release. So what happened is, as I mentioned, she did not take her phone. Or take a phone. Now, I'm not sure, because of the way some of these text messages are written, whether she had her own phone or she used her mom or dad's phone for messaging people. You'll understand what I mean in just a second. However, what happened is they were able to go into the phone and start looking at what happened. The same way we talk about with technology and stuff. Okay, what happened? Were they talking to certain people? What was happening at the time? And that's when they came across something that amped this up big time. Okay, discussion between the two of no longer wanting to live and creating basically a murder-suicide pact. And prior to this, the police, for better or worse, you guys know how I feel. Okay, whether runaway, whatever, they're still in danger. Okay, but because of her age and stuff like that, unless there was proof that she was taken against her will, the police were kind of stuck initially. You could report, you could put people in CMEC, you can do all those things, but beyond that, there wasn't much they could do. Okay, and that's a different subject completely we can deal with on another day. However, once these text messages came out, things change. And that's when the press release itself came out. The police are like, okay, so this press release actually, okay, they started putting words out. Okay, the press release came from the Ogden City Police. And as time has gone on, okay, they're pushing further and further, and a lot is being done now. They are trying to get the word out as much as they can. The problem is, it's been a lot of days, and we all know how important reacting quickly to this stuff matters. So the press release itself was dated March 3rd, so the day they went missing. On March 3rd, officers responded to a missing juvenile, Janessa Boney, age 15. Boney's mother indicated that Boney had been staying with family, her aunt, when she left with a backpack. There were no indications at the time that she was upset or leaving under duress. Further investigation revealed that she may have left with her boyfriend, who was 19 years old. She was entered into NCIC, and a statewide attempt to locate was put out, as it was believed that she was traveling through the southern portion of the state. At this time, all investigative leads have been continued to be followed up on. However, her whereabouts is still unknown. If you have any information, please let them know. Please call them. So that was the press release that was put out at the time. Again, the vehicle you guys are seeing right there, the picture, the two of them. Okay, and they do it. They look like a really happy couple. Okay, we've all been through our teenage years of creating that relationship and stuff. Now, for this next step, as I go into, that was the early one. There are other things which I did not get a picture of, further follow-up stuff since then. And now, as I go into this next area of the text messages, again, I want to remind everyone we are talking about, I think he does own whatever. It does not have license plates, guys. It's temporary stuff. So it's one of those little paper-like license plate type things. That's what it is. As we go through these texts, I really honestly fought back and forth whether to show them or not. I made the decision to show them because I think it's extremely important to understanding the frame of mind and how serious this is. Okay, we always say trust the family. Okay, this is not just trust the family. This is trust the words of these two. And so I'm going to pull these up again, though. If it triggers you by any means, please, please take care of yourself. No one's going to get upset at you for leaving, calling 911, taking care of yourself. Please do that. So here we go. And I need to pull these up a little bigger so I can read them. So here we go. So there are other text messages that have come out. This is just one set that her mother and father were like, okay, her parents were like, yeah, we need to share this because it does show this is extremely important at this point that we get this out, because whether or not this was something they were planning then or potentially something they were planning after, okay, they go and have fun somewhere first, it's important for everyone to know how serious this is. So I'm going to read through this. The blue is actually Janessa, from what I'm understanding here. And the black is actually Andrew Schutt, the 19-year-old. So Janessa came in. It looks like something may have been going on in her head at the time. A lot of being upset about things. Okay, maybe feeling like she, the emotions that we all go through. Okay, even now at our age, you still go through them at times. Okay, that's what Mental Health Fridays is all about. And but the first line is what makes me wonder, does she have her own phone or does she use her parents' phone as a safety security step? Because she says, I only have her phone for a sec. Okay, so that right there made me wonder, this might not be her phone. And don't make my mind wander too much. It's already so fucked. I feel like I'm actually going fucking crazy and I hate it. I hate this world so much. Living is so shit. So we are recognizing immediately someone who is dealing with a lot of emotions. And yeah, she's using Facebook Messenger. I myself don't know, is there a way that she protected it or things like that? I don't know. And Grandma Sherry, thank you so much. In fact, let me pull this up right there so everyone has that. Okay. So After that, he pops in and he says, I was going to kill myself last night, so I'm kind of glad you told me this. She comes back, why were you going to kill yourself and how? Which is actually, guys, I got to say one thing on a mental health level. That's actually a good response. Okay, if someone ever comes to you talking about suicidal ideation and all, okay, ideation is something that happens quite often with many people. It's once you have a plan in place. Okay, and that's why you want to find out, is there a plan in place? So that's, at first when I read that, that's what I was reading it as. She wanted to see, she cares about him, wants to make sure. Okay, things. He continues on, I wanted to for a long time with a gun. And she said, you got one. Then he says, and sorry, there is a carrot like thing at the bottom, so I can't get the full words here, but I will hurt blank blank you a lot first. I'm thinking what that is I will hurt and F you a lot first, but I may be wrong on that, but that kind of fits in that place. Next, she comes up asking, how are you going to kill me? Wait, don't tell me. That's no fun if I know. Are you going to die too? Laughing out loud. So you're seeing where there is kind of this, what's going on? Okay, I need to know what's going on. A joking with it to some degree, whether I don't know if she believes him or not, or doesn't know how to respond or whatever. He said, yeah. And she's like, oh, so like together? Okay. Well, anyways, when? And he comes back tomorrow. She's like, what time? Laughing out loud. I'm going to have to get through tonight. So at that point, okay, it looks like she may have gone to sleep for a while or been around. Okay, there may have been a little break there. She comes back and says, I came to a conclusion, though, on what the fuck I'm going to do with myself. I thought about it all night, and I really think you should either kill me or I should kill myself, but one or the other. You should choose. But like, I'm being dead ass, so don't say anything about me staying here because I don't want that. I want to die, and I feel like the pleasure of killing someone would be amazing. So you should kill me low key. That's how I've always wanted to die, is being killed. I needed to say this before I had to go. Sleuth, that's kind of where I was at first. I was like, is she being serious about this or not? The problem is, and you guys know how I feel with that, any threat of suicide, and I'm using the words, guys, because you know how I feel about words. Words have power. And you know what? This is too important of a subject for us to sweep underneath the table. In all honesty, I actually want to cover this a little bit more in depth, the whole subject, in a mental health live at some point when we can really take care of ourselves and all. But she does, yeah, you've got this feeling with it, the laugh, but you don't know. We don't know. And that's the problem, guys, with text messages. We don't know the emotion behind what is being typed, and we fill in the blanks. So he comes back, yeah, I will kill you, down for tomorrow. And that's what has been shared with us at this point. Amy, good point. And that is a possibility. And that's where, guys, we always take everything serious, no matter what. Okay, life is not something that you play around with. Okay, I've had someone close to me kill themselves. I myself have had thoughts before. Okay, and it affects many people. However, there are a number of things. I'm going to take off these and I'm going to move on to back to the pictures here, actually. And there's a possibility they could have done that, especially with the fact that maybe they wanted to run away, the two of them. Okay, go to Vegas. There is talk, okay, about Vegas. Now, I don't know if that's coming from other messages from family or if that is actually something people are just thinking. And but maybe that is. Maybe that's why, okay, he's suspected. They did not say he's dead. He's suspected of stealing a large sum of money from his family. So maybe that is the thought, that the two of them were going to run away and live life together. Okay. There's a lot of possibilities. I'm hoping that's actually the truth right now. I'm hoping that it is they wanted to run off and live life together. Okay, as a couple that loves each other and all that. Or that they want to go do this because you know what, that gives us the hope right now that they could be in California, they could be Southern California, they could be in Vegas. That's why I decided we had to go live today about this. By the way, I did want to say thank you, that girl, for sending me this information, because usually I do not go live on Tuesdays because of work. But this one really needs to be covered badly and by as many people as possible. Hopefully someone is going to see the picture of these two. His hair is a pretty good giveaway. Amy. Okay, yeah, that's a good, let me see. It takes a second for everything to pop up in StreamYard where I can highlight your comment. And but whoopsie, right there. To me, it almost sounds like code or something. So they were planning, couldn't be, so it couldn't be traced. There's more to this and why they ran it. And that's very possible. And that's why getting this stuff out is important right now, because if there is any truth to it, we need to get them safe. Okay. And if not, we know right now, we know, anyone who follows missing people know that running away, while it has these ideas, okay, the freedom, all these other things, you still have to pay bills. You have to be able to eat food. You have to do all these things. And at some point, you're out in a public setting, which gets extremely dangerous. Extremely dangerous. Hey, Magenta, love you, my dear. Sorry, my hearts don't work anymore, do they? And so it's gonna be a while before I can send you guys hearts with my hands, can't I? Okay, yes, I could do the kawaii version of it. So yeah, sharing all this stuff. No need to apologize, my dear. You're good. Sharing this is going to be important. Like they said, the police did say that they have her NCIC. MEC has actually started sharing out information on them. There are pictures. Again, I do want to keep reiterating to people. Okay, this is two teenagers. Okay, no matter what. Does she have short or long hair now? We don't know. She left with long hair. The picture that you're seeing kind of in the middle here of her in the bathroom looks like her hair is up there. But in all honesty, she could have cut it by now. Okay, so that's why recognizing heights. There you go, Sherry. Thank you. We got the hearts from there you go. And it's very possible that she could have cut her hair at this point. But one thing you can't, other than wearing heels, is change heights. That's about all you can do. So recognizing that, looking at the face, looking at the way thing. Yep, KK. Nope, and that's a good point. I'm happy you actually brought that up, because that's true. People can change the color of their hair. Now, her hair is darker colored, which does make it a little harder to quickly and easily dye. It can be dyed. It can be bleached and dyed, yes. But it's a little harder to just do it real quick. And his hair, definitely curly. That's not one of those things that can be changed easily. Okay, you'd have to almost every day be going in unless you're going to relax it or something. So there's definitely things that can be recognized from there. Magenta, yes, they are boyfriend and girlfriend. Boyfriend and girlfriend who ran together on the 3rd, but unfortunately we're now getting text messages from the family as they start going through the phones, showing that they may have been discussing potential unaliving of each other. Living like Phoenix, love you, girl. I can't wait. Just a couple more weeks, and then you, Amy, me. Oh my God, we're all going to be together. I can't wait. And and Living Like Phoenix, this is one case that may actually be working their way into your neck of the woods. So again, anyone in Utah. They're from Plain City, Utah. Utah, all the way down into California. Looks like, from what people are thinking, they'd be going Utah down to California, California across to Vegas. If what people are thinking is. But you know what? Honestly, as you guys said, it's not that hard to go from Northern California to Southern California to Mexico. Okay, now there is, I don't think I've heard anything about them having things like passports or stuff like that. So I'm not sure how easy that would be for them, but it is definitely a possibility. And so what I want to do last before we go into everything is, this is an article that just came out today, sorry, by Fox in Salt Lake City, Utah. And a lot of the information we've talked about now. Okay, hi, all that. We're going to kind of go through all that. And that they may be traveling going south. According to her boyfriend was not changed and everything. Actually, this was a little older. Nope, March 14th updated. So we're good. And oh my gosh, these dogs. Okay. Ogden Police had their update where they gave everyone things, sharing a couple of the pictures there. So a lot of the stuff that we're hearing, yeah, that's all the same pretty much. So actually, I've got better pictures here that we can share. So let's just share that one out again. So, perfect. Thank you. It's 8.5 to Arizona, then it's 4 to 5 to Mexico. So that's good. And you don't, okay, see, I was talking to someone about this the other day, actually. You do need one to get back in, but you don't need one to get into Mexico. Okay, so one way you need it, not the other. Thank you, excuse me. I actually had a talk with my friend during the Honolulu Festival the other day about that specifically. You need your birth certificate, though, to cross the border. So that's a good thing there. Right now, the group on Facebook is heavily being used for clues. So-and-so saw and so-and-so. And they're getting a lot of them, which is great. It is great. You'd rather get too many clues than not enough, as long as there are people really trying to help out. And that's what's going on at this point. And are these the kids that came from Ogden? Yes. Yes, they're from Plain City. It's a 19-year-old and a 15-year-old. Are you guys hearing about it locally, actually, Phoenix? Wondering about that, because that'd be great if you guys are actually getting the information out. Okay, if it's coming out publicly to you guys in the area. I'm hoping maybe they're just like, oh, I want to go to Vegas and this is a great way for us to get to Vegas. We can go hang out and do stuff together. Might very well be. No passport, but BC. Okay, got it. Amy, I wonder how, excuse me, said Amy, I wonder how strict they are with the authenticity of the birth certificate, though. Like, can it be a copy? That's a good point. I know I'm right now going through, because I'm going to be in Greece this summer, and I have to renew my passport. And oh my God, it's crazy to deal with. See, how you doing? No problem, my dear. No problem, my dear. So take care of yourself. And I'm down to last treat. This is not good. And also, yeah, right now, I think the big key is for us to share. So I have shared out on my community tab stuff. Here we go. Amber just sent us back our response on that. So Phoenix is saying, yes, I did hear about them yesterday, unless they were trying to throw people off their scent. I'm not sure why they would drive them to California and then back to Nevada. It's only 6.5 hours from Ogden directly to Vegas. Oh, interesting. Interesting. And you know what? There's a lot of questions with this. Okay. A lot of people have said, okay, are the text messages, which I did share maybe about 20 minutes ago, 15, 20 minutes ago, was that something they were just doing internally? Again, like I said, I always will take something like that seriously, because we never know. It's that one time that we don't take it seriously that it becomes serious. Amy said, I live in Arizona and my kids go all the time to Mexico. It's strict on the paperwork and you have to have a valid driver. Okay. And we know for a fact he does not have a license. We don't know about her, but he does not have a license. Not only that, he is out on bond right now and has a court hearing date on March 23rd for taking the police on a chase. So the Mexico bit might be a little hard for them to pull off. So it truly might be more of going towards Vegas or Southern California, or whatever. Okay, I mean, was joking with Sleuth Mom earlier, saying, heck, to be honest, if they had money on them and all that, they could have jumped onto a plane and flown to Hawaii at this point, for all I know. Okay, we don't know at this point because we are talking the 9th, not 9th, the 3rd to the 14th, 11 days now. Okay, yes, Princess. If he misses that court date, that's not good. And all these things do play into the overall picture, gang. Okay, it really does. If you miss a court date, it plays into the overall picture of plans, expectations, things like that. So right now, I'm trying to, let me actually give you guys the Facebook group. So if anyone who is watching this does, your car also gets smelled by a dog. Yes, it will. That it will. That is for sure. Your car will be smelled by a dog to make sure you don't have drugs there. So the Find Jessica Boney Facebook group is actually out there. I'm sharing it right now in chat. That is set up again, guys. It's the same thing as I said yesterday. Okay, with the other case. This is put together and very heavily participated in by friends, family, things like that. It's there for people to report if they see something. It is not there for comments about, well, what you think about this and do you think they did that or stuff like that, guys. Okay, keep that to other areas. And but for anyone who might be interested in helping to support, okay, through actual support, please consider going over there. And hopefully someone is going to see a picture of them. Hopefully they're going to be walking down, okay, some road and be seen by a traffic light or something like that. So if you guys can help me out with that, I really honestly think at this point, this is one of those cases that if they're still with us, and I'm hoping and praying they're still with us, that we have the ability to get the word out and have someone find them and bring them at least to a safe place and let people know that they are safe. Okay, if friends, if family, whatever. I think they are. I really honestly, I think they are too. I'm putting all of that in there, and I don't know why. I just had this gut feeling right now. And I may be wrong. I may be wrong. But please pray. Okay, like, share, do everything you have. Thank you, Sherry. Spreading Twitter, Facebook. I'll have the things. Now, as just a reminder here, Janessa and Andrew were last seen on March 3rd of this year. We're talking she left her aunt's house around 3:30 in the morning. She's 15 years old from Plain City, Utah. She has brown hair and hazel eyes. Some of the posters are saying brown eyes, but family have made a point of showing pictures where if you look carefully, she's got very light brown eyes that are closer to hazel than they are brown. I mean, I've got brown eyes. Okay, if you look at hers carefully in a picture, they're much lighter. And she's 5'3", so petite, 115 pounds. She has a smiley face tattoo on her ankle as well as piercings in her right nostril and upper lip. So that's for her, what to look out for. For him, now again, like KK reminded us yesterday, piercings can come out, tattoos can be covered. Okay, but they're all in play. Andrew Schutt is 19 years old. He's got brown hair, curly brown hair, and brown eyes. He's 5'11" and 125 pounds. So both of them are on they're thin side. Okay, active, young, teenager type thing. He has piercings in his nose and ear and a rose tattoo on his right forearm. The couple may be involved in a pact to hurt themselves and were last seen driving a 2002 gold brown Chevrolet Tahoe. So again, Let me take this back here to the picture of that is not the vehicle, but it is a stock image of what the vehicle could look like. There is a sticker on the back window of a grenade with the words Ford Repair Kit. Okay, so a little humorous sticker there. It has temporary Utah license plate. I have seen some possibilities of a license plate number, but none of it's been verified, so I did not want to add that on. And the back passenger side window does not roll up. The one thing that I did not include in this that I was able to verify later is that part of the light, I'm not sure if it's the front or the back, actually has tape to keep it where it needs to be. So if anyone has any information, guys, whether it be a friend who they may still be communicating with on burner phones, things like that, or maybe you're sitting here and thinking about your friend and wondering if they're okay, and all of a sudden you think about something that they may have said something to you about, please call the Ogden Police Department at 801-395-8221. The case number is 23G15821. Now, again, a reminder, I started off this way. I'm going to end with this. If you see them, try to take a picture. Don't approach them. Okay, they're liable to run again. And that's not going to help at this point. So try to take a picture, recognize where they are. Don't worry about calling Ogden. If you're in Vegas, okay, calling Ogden's not going to help at that point. Call 911. Let them know that these are, okay, the two teenagers that left Utah. And and Sleuth Mom, you're welcome, my dear. This case really needed to get out, and we need as many people as possible. And that girl, yes, that girl, thank you so much for sharing this one with me, because this one scares us. A lot of us have had unaliving affect us in our lives before. And when things like this happen, it kind of brings up a lot of memories for a lot of people. So whether it is real or not, we're going to take it as real, and we're going to treat it as real, and we're going to try to get the word out as much as possible. And thank you all so much for joining, and we will see you tomorrow over on Sleuth Mom's channel. We are going to be talking about something. I don't know. We're going back and forth between two ideas. So we'll see what it is. So it'll be a surprise. So I'll see you guys then. And yes, Wrigley, I know. And also, I will talk to y'all later. Aloha, mahalo, and I'll see you tomorrow night. Bye-bye.